Hey guys, I was fortunate to do a training for a group of entrepreneurs in Columbia, South Carolina today. And I just thought I'd share just a little bit of it. It's a little bit over an hour long, the training that I did, but I just thought I'd share maybe 10 minutes of the training that I did. But I tell you, it is the shortcut to success. And I promise you, if you just understand this concept, it'll change not only your business, but your life. So tune in. I hope you guys enjoy. You know, sometimes people say, what was the biggest thing that got in your way of building a business? And my answer is always me. Like, the enemy is the enemy. And I had to realize that I had to just get over myself to become who I needed to be. Does that make sense? Yes. The person that we are right now, we've already earned all the income we could earn. So if we want to get in a better situation in life, we just have to become a better person. Yes? So that's what we're going to talk about, is that shortcut to success. When we say why, what's hurting you or what's helping you? What was hurting me is I was tired of being broke. Like, I was tired of not having money for anything, you know? But some of you, you're not in that situation. You're not broke. Life is good. But maybe you just want to supplement your retirement. Maybe you want to travel more. Maybe you want to be a philanthropist. She says, look, if you raise X number of dollars, I'll match it. The church raised $500,000 and he matched it with $500,000. Is that pretty cool? How many of y'all want to do something like that?
Yes.
Right? And he gave away his Ferrari to the church. He says, look, take it. Donate it. We all want to be able to do those things, but we have to become the person that can be able to do that, right? Including myself. And so I want you to get in mind right now what your why is. What is your why? What do you want to accomplish? And I don't want to hear, I'm just going to be real today. I don't want to hear, oh, I just think everybody needs it. I just really want to help people. No, I'm giving you permission to be selfish, because you got to be selfish to be selfless. Until you put your oxygen mask and you achieve, you can never really do more for other people. I always tell people, I can't be broke because then I can't help anyone else. I have to have abundance, and you do too. So here's the deal. What is your why? Do you want to retire early? Do you want to retire your spouse? Do you want to be debt free? Do you want to have a nice house? There's nothing wrong with wanting to have a nice house, a nice car, right? Nice clothes, things like that. You know, I was just doing a video the other day, and I'm not going to say his name, but there's this one like finance guru that I just kind of don't like, because he's kind of really preaches, you should penny pinch and pay everything with cash. And some of you guys know what I'm talking about. And I just don't subscribe to that, because I think we can have wealth and we can live a good life. That's right. We don't have to sacrifice one for the other. But my point, guys, is, again, I just want you to get in your head what your why is. And I want you to imagine it being a tree like this. And if we're chopping the tree down, we need this tree to go down for us to accomplish our why. But if you have a dull axe, it's going to take you a long time, isn't it?
Yes.
So the key is to sharpen your axe, because if you sharpen your axe, then you chop the tree down faster. And some of us are trying to chop the tree down with a dull axe. And so we have to sharpen this axe so that we can achieve the goal much faster. Part of personal development is reading 10 pages of a good book every day. How many of y'all have read a book so far for the month? Any part of a book, raise your hand. If you haven't, listen, let's start to adopt that, and we're going to talk about some ways to do that. How about listening to 15 minutes of a good audio every single day? We call it Drive Time University. I love what Jim Rohn teaches. He says, when your hands are busy, but your mind is free. When you can pour into yourself, he says, if you pour into your wallet or your purse, I don't have a purse, so I say wallet, but if you pour into your wallet will pour back into your mind. So the goal with that is, if you spend money on things like this, coming to events, listening to books, taking courses, working on getting better, then it's going to feed your pockets, right? And so understand the law of the lid. You want to increase your capacity. See, if you are a level 3 or 4, you can only really lead a level 1 or 2. And when I was a college student, I started to realize that really fast. Like, why is everybody on my team broke? and when I said, but when I say broke, I didn't mean broke in the pockets. I meant broke in the mind. You see, I was broke in my pockets, but I wasn't broke in my mind, because I had a vision for where I wanted to go. But everyone that I was bringing on, they just, like, I had to pick them up, take them everywhere, like bring them to the meeting. It was just stressful for me. Then I started to think back, like, whoa, like I need to get some better people on my team. Then I said, well, how do I do that? And then I started to realize, oh, I got to become better. That's increasing your lid, because once I started to realize that I can get to a level 6 or 7 or 8, then I can attract 6 and 7s and 8s. Yeah. And also just understand, and this is not like being mean or insensitive, but an 8 doesn't really hang around with 3s. Because this is two different languages. The success is doing the little things that seem to make no difference in the act of doing it and doing it over and over and over and over and over until it compounds. So like everybody look at that door right there. It's a big door, but it's resting on little hinges. Right? So it's the little things that cause the big things to happen. One of my favorite quotes comes from Will Smith. He said, you don't set out to build the wall, you set out to build the brick as perfectly as you can lay it. And here's what happened why he came up with that quote, because I got to go back and see why he did it, but his father was in construction and he just had this wall and he tore the wall down. So think of a whole bunch of rubble on the ground. And he says to his two sons, now I want you to put this wall back together. And they're looking like, oh my God, what in the world? How do we start? Where do we start? And I think some of us are thinking that, like, where do I even start? Like, I see where you can go, but I don't really know where to start. You know what I mean? But he says, build the brick as perfectly as you can lay it. Build one brick, then build the next brick, but then build the next brick. And next thing you know, you're going to step back and you have a wall. We could either live a life of discipline or a life of blame, a life of responsibility or a life of blame or neglect. So right now, if I were to come out of here and go get a Big Mac with the greasiest Big Mac from McDonald's, nothing's going to happen to me. I'll be fine, right? But if I did that for 30 days and 60 days, you're going to be like, you're moving a little different now. You look a little different. Your button is probably about to pop off. Like, what's going on? What happened? It was his disciplines, right? It was the daily things. You didn't see it in the moment, but you see it over time. And remember this, write this down. Time will either promote you or expose you. So we'll know what's happening in your inner world based on what's happening in your outer world. We'll see it 6 months from now, 30 days from now, right? So success is very slight. And here's what I mean by that. Let's just say I'm standing right here and I want to get to that end of that corner of the room. If I'm just taking one step, behind one step, I'm going to get there. But here's the problem. If I take one step off, I will never get there. Not all I took is one bad step, but now I'm going that way. You get what I'm saying? I'll never make it that way. So the point is, you want to just be mindful of the little things over a long period of time. Everybody wants the lifestyle, but the only way you get the lifestyle is if you have some results. You got to have some moolah, some money, right? You got to have some success, right? We want what success can bring, but we have to have some results. And the only way we have results is if we take action. Why is it that some people take more action than others? Like, why is it that some people are willing to get more no's than others? Like Miss Tinkner, right? She's gotten more no's than I've gotten in a month, right? So, but that's because they have a certain attitude. And that attitude comes from a philosophy. And philosophy is everything you know, how you hold it, and how it affects what you do. Philosophy is everything you know, how you hold it, and how it affects what you do. And by the way, I'm going to give you guys some new philosophies to live by. But before we do that, I want to tell you two stories. Most of you know this story, but the story of Joshua and Caleb, right? So there's a group of 12 spies who were commissioned to go into the land of milk and honey. They said, hey, go over in this land, and I need you to spy it out and check it out and see what's going on. And 10 of them are like, man, there's some giants over there. We ain't going to be able to do it. But 2 of them are like, no, we could do it. We've already been told we got it. It's ours. All we got to do is go possess it. It's a done deal. All we got to do is have a plan and a strategy, but we can do it. But the other 10 were relentless about the fact that they couldn't do it. And guess what? Because of that belief, the 10 didn't get to possess that land, but the 2 did. So are you the 2 or the 10? There's always one or the other. There is no in between. Either you believe or you don't believe. Right? That's right. And so the other story is Grandma's ham. So some of you guys know this story. How many people know this story? Right there. Okay. Yeah. I'm glad most of y'all don't. Okay. So they went to this lady and they said, why do you cut off both ends of the ham before you cook it? And she's like, I don't know. My mother does it that way. So they said, well, let's go talk to Mom. So they go to Mom and say, hey, why do you cut off both ends of the ham before you cook it? And she's like, I don't know. I mean, that's what my mom did. So they go to Grandma. And they go to Grandma and say, hey, why do you cut off both ends of the ham before you cook it? And she says, well, because I didn't have a pot big enough. So we're talking 3 generations of people who don't even know why they're doing it, all because of somebody who did the vision of that, right? So my point with that is, like, what's your philosophy and where did you get your philosophy? So number one, nothing happens to me, it only happens for me. If you are trying to get somewhere and there's a bunch of traffic or your flight gets canceled or whatever, stop looking at, oh my God, I'm so mad that the flight got canceled. I got to get here. I got to do this. Let's stop and think, like, wait, this is happening for me. Because what could have happened if you got on that flight? Or what is it protecting you from? You get what I'm saying? So there's always a reason. Sometimes we don't see it, but there's always a reason that we have to look for, and we have to train ourselves to look for that. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And listen, if you're looking for a transformation in your life, this information is going to do it for you. However, sometimes you need a vehicle, you need a strategy, you need a plan, you need a community, you need a bunch of things to help you make it happen. And so what I did is I put together a quiz that you could take. I call it the Escape the Grind quiz. It's only like a 1-minute quiz. It literally, you can answer like five questions, I believe, and you'll be on your way to seeing if you're ready to escape the grind. So go into the description below and you can grab that. I look forward to talking with you and maybe connecting with you and sharing some ideas on how we can help you to escape the grind and start living a life of freedom. I thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any other videos that we have. God bless. Take care.